Hello and welcome to episode 21 of the Throwback podcast. I'm Mark from the Throwback store and I'm here with Ginger Shaq. How are we doing?
What is good? What is good? I'm all right, my man. Yourself?
Good. We don't look like we're doing a basketball podcast today at all. Although, because we've not got any basketball clothing on, I thought I'd just bring it all with me in the background. So that...
go hard or go home. Go hard or go home.
I've got Jordan's on, so not all bad. Gotta stay ready.
I don't have any shoes on.
Or pants, probably. So we'll leave it there, yeah, with that.
Commando.
Yeah, Commando, Ginger Shacko. Right, straight into it. AD's injury, how does that affect the Lakers' chances this season, you think?
I mean, hypothetically, it should scupper everything, shouldn't it? You know, he's the catalyst that we said took a fantastic Lakers team with a strong bench to championship dominance. So, all in all, it should be massively contributing. Wouldn't be particularly surprised if it isn't.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was just thinking.
Like, you know, they've still, regardless of all of that, they've still got LeBron. That guy basically took a Cavs team full of bums to an NBA Finals. So, you know, they're not exactly a team full of bums. We give Kuzma a bit of flack, but, you know, as pointed out by the great moments, he's still a pretty consistent player.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know.
He's no kind of slouch. I think because it's an Achilles injury. Like, I think every time you hear an Achilles injury, you think Kobe, you think KD, you think a year out. And it's the thing of if they rush him back. So you've got to think potentially they'll win the championship this year, right? If AD comes back, they've got a massive chance of winning it. If he's not there, I still think they've got a chance, but not as good a chance, right? So what do? They rush him back, try and get a cheeky championship this year, potentially damage him further, and then the dynasty kind of peters out because AD's injury keeps reoccurring? Or did he leave him, keep him out of the lineup as much as possible to let him rehabilitate properly, and maybe not win a championship this year, but then win another 2 in the next 2 years, if you get me? So...
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the simple thing is, with everything going on, we've kind of seen the San Antonio Spurs have had to suspend a few games because of COVID protocols.
Yeah,
and I'm just waiting now, and I'm going to timestamp this pod, you know, for this exact pod to say, if they decide to suspend the season for a break, all we are going to hear is, "Wow, fucking done that for LeBron, didn't they?" So the AD could be back for the finals. So he could be back for the playoffs. Yeah. So I'm just getting that in there for all of the flat earth, tinfoil, 5G hating, conspiracy, Elon Musk, Bill Gates hating, Badger lovers out there.
Badger lovers. Brilliant. If people are noticing on the thing, I'm moving around a little bit. I did explain this before. In my storage unit, the light is motion sensitive. So
that is shit. He's just smashed a little disco biscuit. He's fucking buzzing.
Keep still. Yes, so if the light goes off, that's why. But that's why I'm like a little bit movie. Yeah. The other one, KD back in Golden State. He had some things to say. He said it was he had a fun time there. Could have told his face why he was there.
To be fair though, he can't say anything different, can he? He can't be like, "Oh, I didn't feel any emotion," and you know, it was just a bit meh. You know, it was just a bit rubbish.
Yeah.
Because then we'd all be slating him for that, and we'd be like, fucking cupcake snake bastard. Like, do you know what I mean?
It's definitely still a snake. That doesn't stop that. But yeah,
it's
nice in some ways. Like, it's nice seeing him chat with Steph and Draymond, and yeah, it was nice. Potentially, the way the Nets are playing at the moment as well, he could have another championship this year. They're playing really well. Well, they're not playing.
They could have.
They're doing enough, aren't they? You can see.
Yeah.
That.
But I think it's just the consistent period. Like, we don't want to see them destroying games like Golden State did.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, Golden State had the best season in NBA history, and what have they got to show for it?
Nothing.
Some fucking numbers. That's about it.
As
You know what I mean?
As Scottie Pippen once said, doesn't mean a thing if you ain't got the ring. So there it is. That's what it's all about. Happy. Another bit of like NBA news. Happy for Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal getting his flowers finally. People kind of starting to understand how good of a player he is, and being I think he was the top vote receiving guard, which was nice.
Which is massive.
Yeah.
Considering, you've got that Brooklyn Nets team of Kyrie Irving and James Harden and, and obviously arguably somebody who should have won Eastern Conference Player of the Week but didn't, lost out to a Detroit Pistons player who had considerably less amount of points per game. I'm on about Zach LaVine, but we won't go into that.
Let's not.
But no, I think it is good. I mean, Bradley Beal, at the end of the day, as we alluded to on the last podcast we've done, just me and you, he was one of the sole reasons we went to that game.
In London.
He is a perennial all-star. The guy's a monster. And his name and number will probably go up in the rafters in Florida for the Gators,
Yeah.
And it probably, there is that great picture of, there was a bit of beef between John Wall and Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
This week, and Bradley Beal stood next to John Wall.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like, the cameraman's just got the perfect angle. Like, do you know what I mean? But no, I think he does deserve his plaudits, and I am happy for him. And we'll see where Bradley Beal is at the end of the season.
Yeah, I love Bradley Beal. I love his game, and he's really fun away from basketball as well. Like, I follow I think it's his wife now on YouTube. I've subscribed to her page, and she does like loads of videos with him and stuff. It's really good. Like, they went through like the sneakers and stuff the other day, and just seems like a really good dude, like away from basketball, and it shows on the court. He's always smiling. He's not one of these players that's really serious. LeBron really likes him, so don't be surprised if at some point something goes down and he ends up in LA. Because I think,
yeah, but do you not think that's been the exact same? They were trying to get him in Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly.
And that says it all. Like, LeBron has his little hand pick of people that he wants, and he usually gets them, or he goes off them. But Bradley Beal has kind of been that, that one consistent. I mean, we've all known when, LBJ wanted Butler, he wanted Paul George, he wanted, all of these guys, and he's kind of got what he wanted most of the time. So it'd be nice to see Bradley Beal on a winning team, and not the wanky Wizards, So,
bad. But shout
and
out,
I mean, no disrespect to the Wizards, because like, they are a really fun team to watch. They're just not great.
Yeah, it just doesn't really work out for them most of the time, unfortunately. And just to finish off on kind of NBA newsy kind of stuff, KG's comments on that players from 20 years ago couldn't play.
NBA newsy kind of stuff. What a fucking segment. NBA newsy kind of stuff.
We're not here for NBA news really, but there's been a lot, hasn't there, over the last couple of weeks? Well, the last week since we last did the pod last Friday.
I mean, at the end of the day, KG's been spending a little bit too much time with his old pal Paul Pierce, and he's just chatting waffle.
Yeah.
Like, and even if it's just been took out of like, context or whatever, as it can be, there were some weird comments. Like, I'm sure you'll stick a graphic up and whatever of like some quotes, but like, he's just a bit of a.
I just think it's.
You can't help loving.
Yeah, I think it's a bit mad, like with like the players who were playing 20 years ago. So we're talking 2001. So we're talking in the finals in 2001 was the Shaq and Kobe Lakers against Allen Iverson's 76ers. You're not telling me, right, that the amount Allen Iverson got hit 20 years ago, he'd spend all night at the line. He'd average 25 points from free throws.
Yeah. I mean, he is right, because obviously the players from 20 years ago wouldn't be able to play in the league now because they're retired.
They're 50.
Because they're rich. because they're rich and fucking old.
Yeah.
Like,
but just craziness. Like, you look at like Kobe, and Kobe scored, what was it? Was it 60 in his last game?
yeah, but that's like without being Kobe shade, like it was against the Utah Jazz team that didn't have anything to play for.
Exactly, of course.
If I was the Utah Jazz, I'm letting Kobe drop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd have let him drop 82.
But it's the other players who are in the league. Yeah, I would have. It's the other players who are in the league like 20 years ago. You've got your T-Macs, you've got your VCs, Shaq. Obviously, I've mentioned Shaq and Kobe. All of these.
Tim Duncan.
Dirk.
Steve Nash. Jason Kidd.
Yeah, like really, 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 really good top quality operators. So
MJ.
Yeah. He come back not long after. So no, I don't agree, KG. But each to their own. You know, Ray Allen was in that 1996 draft class, so he'd have been 5 years into his stint in the NBA. You're not telling me Ray Allen doesn't fit into exactly how the NBA is played now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah. Oh, yeah, finally, we've gone. And we're back.
Hey.
We're back.
Right, NBA fits. Hit me.
I'm really happy that it's took all of, 15 minutes for that to happen for the first time. I thought it would have been well before that. So, moving on, I've got quick sneaker news just because I'm pissed off. The Jordan 1 Retro High 84 neutral grey. I took an L. A massive.
To be fair, they're one of them ones that timeless and all, weren't they? Like they'd have gone with everything.
Exactly, white and grey.
I mean, I think everyone, at time of recording, I took an L yesterday on the PSGs.
Yeah, did you go for them? What, the ones?
I went for them, just to, be that guy.
If you'd have bought them, you'd have had to buy the top then, wouldn't you? It's that simple. You'd have had
it's my birthday month, so I get 25% off at Nike, so I thought, don't mind paying 50 for the top.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna end up buying the burgundy one instead.
I liked the burgundy one, but again, it's what you wear with it. You're gonna have to buy some burgundies, some Bordeaux's. Sorry. And swiftly on, moving from sneakers to tops, we've got some fits to look at. We're flying through here today. Flying, no hold back. Absolutely on it. It's like we've prepared all this before.
Maybe.
Yeah, we've got the Derrick Rose fit, which I really like. He's got a Louis Vuitton briefcase with him. It's like a black.
I think D Rose's drip doesn't get the respect it deserves.
Underrated drip, especially this.
He's got a hardcore drip.
Yeah, and he's got
we've covered in our episodes, we've covered two sets of fits, and both times we've included D Rose.
Yeah, definitely. And this one's really nice. It looks like he's got. They look like Vans, but they're probably not Vans. They're probably either Adidas's version or something. He's got the mask.
They could be Vans. Yeah. I thought they were Vans.
Yeah.
Because technically it's not an athletic shoe, so they can get away with rocking, can't they?
No. I just think he looks dope. I think it kind of goes back to what Mark was saying in the last podcast. You don't have to be like the Westbrook, the Kelly Oubre, the Shea. You can kind of be a little bit low key, drippy, like Kevin Love, like you mentioned, and D Rose.
So that's the thing. At the end of the day, neither me or you are going to be able to rocking what Kelly Oubre, what Shea rocks, what Westbrook rocks, what 90% of the league rocks.
Yeah.
But I'd feel pretty confident sticking on that D Rose fit and knowing I look fuego.
Yeah, I agree. The next one is one of my favourite guys at the moment, and 76er and a rookie. Tyrese Maxey with a really dope fit. Something I'd probably wear, like vintage distressed looking Mike Tyson tee, like some distressed jeans, Jordan 1s, and like a check shirt tied around his waist. Really dope fit, really basic.
See, I'm a big fan of like athlete t-shirts. Like I'm more of a fan of athlete t-shirts than band t-shirts.
Yes.
So there's a UK brand that have just started doing like boxing tees.
Oh, have they?
And they've done a couple of so they've done like some Sugar Ray Leonard, Evander Holyfield, and and a couple of just like tees, some like sweats. And I'm debating it. Like I think it's a good fit. Like I'm a combat sport fan anyway. Like, do you know what I mean? And the sweet science as well. So like I think it does look a good fit.
Yeah.
Like Tyson, he transcends like everything. You know, the guy fought a shark. I watched that documentary the other day. You know, so like it's a good fit, and it's not too out there. It's not like, look at me, I'm an NBA rookie. It's not mellow ball.
Yes,
which is that's just a little bit like that kid at school. His dad owned a car wash.
Yeah,
and he just had shiny shit on all the time.
Yeah, we do.
Whereas like I'm rocking about with a pair of like, you know, fucking Skechers and a flame shirt.
Yeah.
Bossing out to Shakira Waka Waka. And he's there thinking he's like King Drip.
That's up to you, isn't it? You know, that's up. But yeah, dope fit. But yeah, I agree in regards to like athlete kind of eat. So I've got an original Sugar Ray Leonard versus Hector Camacho t-shirt from Madison Square Garden. Like I found it online and I rock it all the time. It's like really distressed looking, but it's a cool fit, and that kind of goes in with what Maxey's wearing on that. We've got the next one, PJ Tucker. Pretty basic, really, what he's got on. Just a little bobble hat, similar to yourself. A grey hoodie, black pants, and the red dunks. Really easy fit. Really nice, really comfortable.
I'm going to go out there and say that I don't like any dunks.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Are we talking lows or highs or both?
Both.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you're entitled to.
Well, I think my issue with lows are don't like that big bulbous tongue.
Yeah. I know.
And with the highs, they just remind me of a poor man's Jordan 1.
Well, there you go.
I don't get me wrong. Like I've just fucking flamed an entire genre.
I know. I was thinking that probably the sneaker of the year last year as well. But whatever. We move.
And I've got some hideous fucking shoes. So like, you know, judge me as you want. Whatever, guys. Like, you know,
I've got some hideous shoes. Fourth fit, Jayson Tatum, all red and black. It looks kind of tie-dye tracksuit. It could be a onesie, but I doubt it.
He just doesn't go wrong, does he, Tatum?
No, he does always look cool. He's got like an overcoat with it, which I was like, how does that actually work? But it does actually work. And with a pair of Jordan 1s, he's actually killed it, you know, with that fit. Like killed it. I think it looks sick.
It's a fizzy drip.
Yeah,
that's a soda stream.
It is.
He's straight up soda stream.
So I totally agree. I think he's smashed that to pieces. But what I will say is, I think Maxey's the fit of the pod for this one for me.
It's the out of the two fits that I'd wear. Yeah, all right, we'll give it to Maxey. Plus, he's a sixer, and it keeps you happy.
Yes.
And and based on timings, we're like 4 minutes away from your lights going out again. So
I know. Do you know what? If they go out again, I'm just going to walk out the room. It'll be like I'll be naked when it comes back on next time.
If they go out again, it better go off, and when they come back on, you better just be frosting at the camera.
I'm going to be gone. I'll be gone. It'll be like what's that film? Oh, with the magicians.
Now you see me.
Yes, that's what it'll be like. But you won't see me. It'll be
I'm
now.
glad I guessed that because I was about to go Harry Potter.
They're wizards. They're wizards.
I did watch a Harry Potter once, but I think it was the wrong one because the bloke was called Albert Dumbledore.
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Bone, was that? What? Anyway,
no, I think
this isn't scripted, by the way. This isn't scripted, just so people know. This is the type of shit
Barry Trotton, the prisoner of Bukakiban.
Yeah. This isn't for kids now. Kids can't watch this anymore.
What has it ever been for kids?
Well, it's definitely not anymore, is it?
Well, if you're letting your kids watch this podcast, you need to question your fucking parenting.
Yeah, you definitely do. It's not like I work with kids for a living.
Fuck them. Like, if you're letting your kids watch it. Like, if you're letting your kids watch it, then you're making a bad choice.
You are making a bad choice. Anyway, quickly, swiftly moving on. We've got a couple of questions. One of them from 319 on YouTube, who called you a South Park.
Is that the geezer that call me South Park character? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Is he like? Is he 6'1"? Is he 6'9"'s little brother?
Yeah.
Is he a little rat bastard and all?
He's a supporter of the podcast. I suppose if he can give, he's got to be able to take as well. Like his mum.
Do you know what?
Okay.
Like, it's a good question.
He asks if are there any European or South American teams that would be able to compete in the NBA? Not compete as in get to the playoffs, but are there any that could maybe get more wins than the Detroit Pistons over a season?
I mean, you're going to say the obvious ones like, Fenerbahce,
Real Madrid.
Moscow, Real Madrid, London Lions.
Barcelona. Besiktas.
Yeah, there's a lot of solid teams in Europe. Leicester Riders.
I don't know who the best team is in Europe at the minute, but I know Panathinaikos have always got a decent team as well in Greece. I think if you go Real Madrid, you probably won't be far off, will you? I think Real Madrid could probably do a little bit.
I think it's obviously the question with South America or Europe, but I'd probably say the biggest one and the only ones that have been invited over, and it was for a summer league, were the Shanghai Sharks.
Yes.
They come over for a summer league, so that's clearly something they were looking at. So
yeah.
So
I think the big ball, I'd say, and with Luka and stuff, when Luka was there, they seem to kind of breed really good players over in Madrid, or not necessarily in Madrid, but they get good players in, and then they develop the players to a high standard.
The threshold appears to be Eastern Europe block potentially, but even them players come and play in Spain.
Yeah.
And Spain appears to be, you've got the Gasol brothers, you've got Porzingis, you've got Luka, Yeah. A lot of these guys have played top level in Spain and really produced.
Yeah. So there you go. That's what we've got for that. Another question is from our guy Stu, who got his Throwback store T-shirt eventually.
That was what I was about to say. Has he got a T-shirt yet?
Yeah, so got it. As did Mark Follows as well, who got question of the century in the last one. He received his T-shirt as well. So shout out to you two guys. Stu asks, who's your favourite shit player? Earl Watson over here. Once made him drop 100 on 2K and loved him ever since them Sonics days. So who is your favourite shit player?
I mean, I want to say Doug McDermott, but he's not shit.
No, you can't. It's got to be shit.
So shit. I'm gonna go is Aaron Brooks.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
When he was in Chicago, I loved him.
Always Chicago with you, isn't it?
You just picked fit of the century for some Sixer that wore a check shirt and a Tyson T-shirt. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, I'm just still getting over Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Bone, to be honest with you. That's...
Elvis Dumbledore.
Oh, no. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah.
Hard on Weasley.
Oh, no. Oh.
Hermione Granger.
Oh, I knew... Shut up! Stop it! Oh, there's so many, isn't there?
Clitoris Snape.
Clitoris Snape's kid. I'm done. Stop it. Right. No, you're still thinking. Stop it. I can see that mouse running around the wheel in your head. Stop it. Right. Don't. Right. My favourite was Flip Murray. Just because when I used to play NBA Live, you've got another one, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got another one. Don't. Do
I'm
it.
not.
Go on.
Continue.
Go on. Continue. So
Serious crack.
Right, that's it now. That's it. Hermione Granger was a really good one, though. Oh, yeah. So, Flip Murray, just because no player in the league was called Murray at the time. So, when I was playing 2K, it wasn't 2K NBA Live at the time, trying to make my own player, they never had Murray as the thing. And then Flip Murray just turned up and I was like, oh, I've made it. Now I can do it. Now we've got DeJounte Murray and Jamal Murray, who are both not only in the league, both thriving in the league. So I'm still after a DeJounte Murray jersey, actually, an authentic classic from this season, just because I was number 5 when I played as well. So be nice to have one of those in the collection, just as a kind of personal.
I mean, if they ever have anyone called Crookshank in the league, I'll be
on it.
I mean, there's about as much chance of that happening as me playing in the league.
Where's that name from? Where does it originate from? If you say Corby now, I'll smash your head in.
I'll fight and talk for some fucker in a warehouse on a Zoom call, isn't he?
I know. That's the only way I can act hard, because you're...
behind the screen. In all seriousness, like, my name, like Crookshank, translated, means short legs.
Have you got short legs?
Yeah, midget legs, yeah.
There you go, then.
Built like trees.
Yeah.
Built like trees, but like, they're short as fuck.
So, there you go. Not only have you been given a history lesson, a lesson in pornography, some fits, we answered some of your questions, you got some NBA news, and you got a load of bullshit, but I think we're done. I think this is done. I think it's over.
I mean, it's probably best, because, I mean, we don't know what's going to come out of our mouths.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably better finishing it now, leave it now, before we really mess things up. But, yeah, we're done for another episode. Sorry that the lights went out at one point. But we move, don't we? We move on. And, thanks for... Oh, no, wait. We've got to give somebody a T-shirt. And it's got to be your friend, because Stu's already got one.
Do you know what? Like, in all honesty, like, I like to make a joke out of the South Park character thing. Maybe it was just a bit of a joke. I need to soften the blow a little bit. So do you know what? It was a shit hot question. It was a fantastic question. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. 619 Ha. You're a legend. Enjoy your T-shirt. If you give us your real name, because I don't think we can post it to Mr. 319.
No.
Like, do you know what I mean? So
you are going to have to drop. But it was a good question. And we do appreciate your support. And the banter as well. We love it. We love all that.
Yeah. And just a special shout out to Mark, who's going to have to edit this podcast and somehow make it look like we spoke normal shit. When a solid 20 minutes of it was just sexual innuendos, which isn't appropriate. And I apologize if anybody is offended.
And I don't. So that's that. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting. Again, send your questions. Always send your questions, because we want more questions. Shout out to Mark for being on the last podcast, and everybody, all the support over the last podcast was really good. So, yeah, we will see you on episode 22. Peace.